Good. Yeah, we thought instead of doing a presentation, we're going to do an interpretive dance, if you guys want. People pay good money for that. First, where's the offering? No. Okay, good. So let's get this going because we don't have a lot of time. I'm going to be speaking a little bit more factual. I'm going to ask Emmanuel to color in for us. So on the African front, we've got 48% of global poverty in sub-Saharan Africa. 80% of the population profess to be Christian. 60% of the population is under 25. There's a lot of potential there. Our average age is 19. We've got 1.2 billion people, okay? 60% of that under 25, come on. And then we've got 52 countries, so there's diversity. The problem we want to solve, the next generation in Africa is coming to church, right? 80% Christian. The reason is socio-economic and political hopelessness. They're asking the church for the answers, okay? So what do we have? Is that sustainable then? If the church cannot provide the answers, that hope deferred may empty the church. And then when they leave, where do they go? Emmanuel?
Yeah, I think let me start by saying this. Africa is not one country.
Yes.
One of the questions you keep asking us, are you from Africa? So, yes, I'm from Africa, but I'm from Rwanda. Africa has 54 countries, and all of them are not Christian countries. Some of the people, they only know one side of story. So we have so many countries in West Africa and North Africa who are majority Muslim. So Islam is a big issue in Africa. The same way Christianity is growing very fast in Africa, the same way Islam is growing very fast in Africa. So responding to this question, where they live, where do they go? Of course, Islam is there to get them. They are investing a lot of money in banks, giving loans, giving them opportunities, including scholarship, to go to study in Tunisia, Morocco, Algeria. So that's one of the biggest challenge. So we have so many to celebrate, but also we have a challenge. In fact, this is a global issue for the global mission.
Yeah, that's good. If you're going to come and visit Africa, one of the countries in Africa, you'll see some of the fanciest buildings. It's not the church, it's not the business, it's the mosques. So if we look at the change we want to then create in the next generation, something we got to get right. We've preached the gospel. Now we got to look at activating the next generation in living fruitful Christian lives. Okay, we got to see the fruit. We got to start seeing that which we're putting in. We can't just talk it anymore. We got to walk it. Okay, if I believe God's my provider, I got to live that. I've got to be that model, right? So our region can contribute. I think I'm going to let Emmanuel start for us this one.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, I'm an evangelist. That's why he said, let me, Emmanuel, talk about it. I want to encourage you to read a book called Africa to the Rest, written by our friend Yo and Sam Gugi. He explained details how God is using Africans for missions. Now, where are we going as Africans? First of all, we are committed to start from our Jerusalem. So there is a new movement called Go North, where we send African missionaries to go North Africa, not to go far north in Europe. We are also coming in Europe, but we need to start from Jerusalem. So it's very beautiful to see Africans becoming missionaries in Africa. So from West Africa, Togo, Mali, Niger, Senegal, Western Sahara, Tunisia, Morocco. Personally, I'm involved with Nana in a program called Reversal Mission, which is more mobilizing students, tent makers to go North Africa to do missions. But also, here in the US, in Europe, you can testify that there's a new church planting movement from pastors from Ghana, from Nigeria, planting churches here in Texas. A few weeks ago, I was in Maine, Portland, seeing some Congolese and Rwandese planting a church in Maine, Portland. But the challenge, we are really saying it's not beautiful to see a Ghanaian church in California, or to see African churches in London. So we want to see these churches really penetrating the culture, the Western culture, not to become more African worship in other countries.
I'm going to have to rein my pastor friend in India, otherwise we're going to take up our offering soon. the young population component, statistically, prophetically, the missionary field will be in Africa to the world. Okay, if you've got so many young people passionate about Christ, they're going to go from Africa to the world. He's just said, we've got Ghanaian churches in Texas. Come on, that's good stuff. Creating hope for a global mission, together in mission. I think people can learn from Africa. We need to create that space. Africa is creating hope for Christianity. That is a space that we need to operate in more. Our resilience. Imagine being raped twice before going on your first mission. Okay, that's the type of hectic challenges our young people are facing. Okay, so before they go on their first mission, before they reach the age of 18, being raped twice. Okay, that's scary, but it also means God has placed a resilience in our heart to be able to say, all of these things have happened to me, but God, I'm still going to love him. I'm still going to trust him. I'm still going to be redemptive. The antidote to secularism lies within Africa, the values we have. Voice.
Okay, now let me talk about the last one. Quickly. So yes, quickly. Now, it's very sad that many people think that Christianity was introduced in Africa by white, the Europeans. That's not true. Christianity was in Africa before Europeans came to colonize Africa. Now, the reason why people think Christianity is a white religion, it's because colonialism convinced us that Europeans brought Christianity in Africa. That's not true. If you read the Bible, Christianity was there before colonialism. We believe that if we change that narrative, it will change the way Africans reject Christianity.
Preach. Good, I love that.
That's one of many things that we can share.
Got to hold this pastor back. So we want to show you guys 3 videos still, so that's why we're chasing, right? Because we don't want to just talk about it, we want to show you. Unity and collaboration. The socio-economic development component. Guys, we need help in Africa. The poverty is huge. We need your help to set up businesses. We need your help to get us sustainable in what we're doing. The youth is so passionate, so ready to work. We need to create opportunities for them to live out and express what God has placed in their hearts. Prototypes of fruitful Christianity. We need the stories. We need the stories of people getting it right to be fruitful Christians. So if you are living a fruitful Christian life, share your story with us. Let's share it with Africa. Let's share it with the world. It'll make a difference. Resources, those financial investments, we need them. There's people that we know through this network that's credible, that can take the money and be fruitful with it. That's an important component.
Let me talk about research. One of the things we need to think, especially next move, it's very sad that most of the people who are investing in Africa, they don't invest in research and publication. So most of the programs that we are running in Africa have been designed from the West. So we need investment, we need more partners to do more research and publication. If we really believe that Christianity in Africa is the hope for the global mission, we need to be very careful about research and also publication. So we need partners and the people who believe that Africa needs to go deep for research and also for publications.
There's a lot to learn from Africa, but you got to ask yourself, when was the last time you picked up a textbook, a learning book that was written by an African theologian? We need funding, we need resources to be able to get the African theologians on a platform. We need to learn from them. Amen? Now let's see what fruitful Christianity looks like. Cue the videos, please. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, maybe before that one, allow me to add one thing for the last. It's so powerful. It's so powerful. One sentence. If we believe that by 2050, evangelicals will be Africans, I think all of us, we should learn for the models of church planting, evangelism, and discipleship from where Christianity is growing. But the problem, we said it, but still the global north is still monitoring and mastering and controlling many things that we talk about Christianity. Thank you so much for those who are partnering with us.